One night upon my...
We're back, and it's day, I'm gonna guess 9.
Yeah.
I'm on it. I'm on it this year.
Maybe you need to get on the laundry because I feel like we've been wearing the same clothes for a while.
Yeah, well, sorry. That's what happens when I go back to work.
You should tell me that my toxic masculinity shouldn't be saying such things.
Sorry. You'll get over it. You don't know how to work a washer. Your mom showed you.
I do.
Yeah.
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 So people talk about my masculinity a lot.
They do?
I usually don't use toxic, though.
No?
No. All right. Whiskey.
Whiskey.
Let's do whiskey. So today, dipping back into Irish. I'm actually going to get the bottle today.
No.
Well, no, I'll point it out to you.
You're so kind.
Because I don't want to say it. I want Anne
to
say
try and pronounce it? That's not nice.
So do you see it up there?
It starts with a K.
So it's actually in a tin. Go see Grenoir. Go right up. See the ones? Yeah.
This one?
Yep. Yeah, you got to take it out.
Which one?
Yeah, the one that you just touched.
Okay.
Like I said,
well,
yeah.
there are multiple with the same name. Gosh.
Yeah. Toxic female masculinity.
There you go.
All right, so what's it called, Ann?
It's called whiskey.
What's it called, Ann?
Napa.
What's it called?
Napa.
I got all night.
Napa. I can't say.
How about the word underneath it?
Castle.
Woo! Hey, doggy. Let's
Why'd you do that to me?
let's sound it out.
It's the K silent.
Knap.
I thought it was silent.
It is.
Nap.
Yeah, so we'll cross.
Nap.
We'll cover up the K.
Okay. Knappogue.
What do you do for a living?
Nothing. I clean the house.
Come on, try it again.
And make your food. That's it. I'm done.
That's why we went to 5.
5
videos in one setting. I wanted to get to this one.
Yeah. You wanted to make me look foolish.
The K whiskey.
The K.
The K silent.
Knap.
No, it's silent.
Knapapo.
We're almost there.
Napapo.
Let's do it together.
Napapo.
Napogue.
Napogue. See, I'm helping the viewers.
Let's do faster. Napogue.
Napogue.
That's wrong.
Napogue.
It's Knappogue.
Oh, you. Nuh-uh.
So, yeah. All right. So properly introduce it.
I can't remember now. Knappogue Castle.
It's Knappogue.
Oh, you're not nice.
All right. So let's get to the whiskey. It's not all about you, Ann. All right. So this is a 12-year-old Irish Single Malt. Triple distilled. 43%. Neat story behind Knappogue Castle. So I think it was back in
Knappogue.
Yeah, that one too.
Yep.
Back in the 60s, I believe the guy's name was Andrews. And if not, I'm sorry. But American, I think retired military, maybe Navy. Ancestry in Ireland, went to Ireland, bought a castle, and so I guess the Navy paid better than the Army did.
Yeah.
In that castle were all these reserves of whiskey. So he actually bought the whiskey as well. Kept the whiskey, it aged, so from a defunct distillery, and then started bottling it at some point, I think in the 80s or 90s. And, you know, since then, I think maybe they've sourced it, maybe they distilled. I really don't know the whole backstory now, but pretty cool story. But I think it's one of the underrated Irish whiskeys, and it's really, it's from Castle Brand, so it's really readily available in just about any liquor store around. So if you do like this one, you can find it at Bose. In the New Hampshire liquor stores, even my brother Brian has found this down in North Carolina at the ABCs. and it's all over the place in Massachusetts. So cool thing about this one is getting to the price of it all. If you do like this one, it's a good buy. I've seen it for 35 bucks. Usually it's around 40, but actually bought this for the calendar. I think I paid $35 for it at Wegmans of all places down in Massachusetts.
Good grocery store.
So this is a 12-year-old, so we're not quite into the teenagers yet. But just a classic, to me, Irish Single Malt. It's going to be a little friendlier on the nose. Get that cookie biscuit,
Yep.
bread nose on it. Honey, a little bit of allspice or spice from baking spices from the barrel. Just very, to me, very faint in there. But how about you?
I can't say it smells like wood because it doesn't. I do get floral, and I get I'm getting honey, a little bit of maybe sugar sweetness.
A little barrel spice in there on the taste
Yeah, just at the end.
from the bourbon barrel.
Yeah.
You know, it's not an extremely complex
No.
whiskey.
It's very smooth though. Not a lot of burn.
A little dried fruit. I just think, you know, if you're looking to step up your Irish game from a Jamie, you know, a Jameson, if you're a Jameson or a regular Bushmills, you know, I definitely think there's a step up to this. One of the things I encourage you to do, if you can, you know, save just a little bit of the whiskeys as you go along. So if you haven't poured all, probably should have said this before, but if you haven't poured all of this out, save just a little bit, set it aside, and when we get to the next Irish whiskey, pour it into a second glass. And when you do those comparisons, or if you have Jameson sitting on the shelf at home, pour that out, or pull it out, pour a little bit, and really get into the nosing difference and the tasting difference when it really kind of opens up and you really see the differences between a whiskey. If you just go on one after the other, you don't have that same comparison.
True. Yep.
Yeah, mouthfeel to me a little bit light, a little bit dry at the end. I think that's again more of a function of the barrel. But you know, I've always had this one since I first bought it. I always keep a bottle of this. I just think it's a good, easy drinking Irish whiskey.
Yeah. Agree.
All right. Well, I think today's shout out, since I busted out, we're gonna give a shout out to Bill out in Montana.
Yeah.
In Bozeman, Montana. We met Bill this summer.
Mm-hmm.
Friend of Bruce and Laura's.
Yep.
New member to the Colonial Whiskey Club. But Bill told a little story about a lady who invited him, a dinner guest, or then invited them over to her house for some whiskey because she said she had a bunch of teenagers sitting on the shelf. And I just thought, I've got to add that to my repertoire. Because, you know, 12-year-old whiskeys is pretty common, but then you get into the teenagers.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes, like I said, that's when a lot of fun happens. But, you know, it's probably not a good thing to say these days. All right, anything else, Ann? See you tomorrow.
Yep.